Hello, welcome back to our study of marketing. Today we are going to start looking at market research. Market research is vital to every organization. It's obviously vital to organizations in industries such as technology and pharmaceutical industries. However, it's also vital to every other company. This is where we come up with new ideas and how we stay on top of what our industry is doing. We are going to look at the subject of marketing research in two different areas. In this segment, we're going to focus on what we call continuous market research. And in the next segment, we will be looking at problem-specific research. So let's begin with this look at continuous market research. Okay, why do we even need to do this? What's the big deal of constantly trying to get new information? Well, there's a number of purposes involved here. First of all, we want to keep up on what the competition is doing. They are going to be making changes not only in their product and in their actual offering, but in their overall strategies. And so we need to be prepared for that so we can react or hopefully be proactive if we can get good information on that end. We also need to know what's going on in market conditions. Is the economy changing? Is there some changes in social classes or buying behaviors that we need to be aware of? And we're also looking for new ideas. Hopefully you remember in the first segment that we had in this course where we talked about Listerine and how they used market research to come up with the new idea of the Listerine pocket pack strips. That would be an example. And we also use market research to solve problems. We are not going to concentrate on that problem solving in this segment. We're going to look at that a little bit more in the next one. What we're going to look at today is some different types, some different things we use to continuously collect market research information. We are going to look at market information systems, marketing decision support systems, and then something that is called data mining. And we're going to look at each of these individually. So let's go ahead and start looking at marketing information systems. Marketing information systems are internal systems. It's what we use within our own organization, trying to get information that's going to help us address those issues that we just talked about, looking at the competitive information, getting new product ideas, etc. Okay. This involves the use of a marketing intelligence system. Now, I know these terms are starting to sound a lot alike, but the intelligence system is a way of gathering information. For example, we may have software that is designed to look through various websites and publications from various authors and publishers looking for keywords. For example, it may be programmed to look for anything that's available on the internet that has our name in it, our competitor's name, maybe our product name if it's kind of a unique product, but it's constantly looking and sorting through trying to find information for us. Okay. Part of our marketing information system is the actual research that we do ourselves. We may go online to do some of this research. We may talk to customers, clients, suppliers, but again, trying to get new information and bring it into our organization. Now, one way that we do this that's getting to be extremely common is through the use of databases. We may construct our own database. As we sell product, as we deal with customers, it automatically goes into this database, so we always have that information available. Or we may buy it from another company or organization. This is very typical. If you've ever wondered why you buy a product from one catalog company and then the next thing you know you start getting a lot of different catalogs in the mail, it's because these databases are being sold. The databases can be as specific or as broad as you want them to be. It's the same thing as mailing lists used to be, except you can get a lot more information out of a database. What I mean by broad or narrow is, for example, we can find out who has purchased a product out of a catalog in the last 6 months. Okay, that's somebody we may want to target. We may pay a little bit more, however, if we can find out who has purchased a product from a catalog in the last 6 months and this product dealt with sporting equipment. Okay, we may pay a little bit more to find out who has purchased a product from a catalog. It's a sporting good product, and it deals with a specific sport, maybe even in a specific price range. Now this is really narrowing your target market, so you can go after exactly the people who might be most interested in what you're offering. So these databases are sold. You need to be careful as a consumer when you put information into anything online or in a catalog. Your name is going out there. Don't even worry about trying to keep it off. It's going to happen. Personally, something I do is I usually spell my name wrong, and then I know if I get things addressed to Kimberly that, hey, that came from a mailing list, that came from this acquired database. It wasn't something I initiated. So I may or may not be very interested in pursuing that product. Okay, so these are some ways that we can collect the information. Let's look at the other methods that we spoke about as well. An MDSS stands for Marketing Decision Support System. And this is an enhancement over what we have just been talking about. It's an enhancement over just plain databases, over the intelligence gathering systems. What this does is takes the information, analyzes it, and tries to make some recommendations. It's to help with the decision-making process, as the name implies. It has a lot of value. It can be based upon what's been successful in the past, but you want to be careful too, because usually where a company gets their competitive advantage is by doing something unique, something different, something out of the ordinary. And if you're going with a program software, there can be some problems because the recommendations are not going to be unique. Everybody would be getting those same recommendations. So they're good tools, but you need to be a little cautious in how you actually use it. The other aspect we wanted to look at is data mining. And data mining means we're going through our databases and really exploring it and analyzing it and taking it apart and looking for specific strategies we can use. Your book discussed these 4 that I have listed up here, and I will just briefly highlight them as well. We may use data mining to acquire new customers. For example, if we look through and see, you know what, the customers that are most likely to buy our product are women in a certain age group in a certain area of town, and here's what they like to buy. Well, we get that from our database. So we may send out flyers to targeting women in that area code advertising this certain product, trying to acquire more customers. We may want to send out coupons or some kind of reward to current customers as a form of retention and loyalty. And believe it or not, we may want to abandon some customers. Some customers are very expensive to deal with. We may actually lose money in dealing with them. They may return a lot of product, cause a lot of problems. We don't want to say, okay, this is a group, they're not allowed to buy our product anymore. But we could definitely say, okay, we don't want to target these people. If they come in and they're customers, that's fine. We'll treat them like everybody else. But we're not going to target them. And the last thing listed up here is market basket analysis. And by doing this, we find out what kind of people are most likely to buy what kind of products, and we try to look for some relationships so we know who to target more for specific product promotions. Okay, so let me try and sum this up for you. In summary, market research is and can be an ongoing activity. We constantly want to be on top of what's happening in our surroundings, in our industry, in our community, so we can react appropriately. Now, there will be internal and external hurdles to get over. We may have trouble getting information internally and externally, and research is expensive, so there may be people within the organization who don't want us to do it. However, it is well worth the investment. I'll see you next time.